Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
Well, that's enough of that then.
But we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Because everyone's been wanting more of us.
More of us. And
That's what this year needs.
more Eel Mad-A productions.
Absolutely.
So, guess what song I heard the other day? I haven't heard for years. That effervescent song, you know, the one that was in the Daredevil film. You know, the new metal with opera singer.
Yes, I actually like it.
Yeah, I know. You see,
Yes.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that song because I don't think opera singers and new metal mix very well.
Yeah, but you see, I think the other one, I think they're so far contrasting that it actually makes quite a good song. I mean, there's not many of them around, and I think that probably helps. It's not flooded the market and just watered it
True,
down,
but
but
just
you know,
opera chick and new metal.
opera rock.
Opera rock.
Opera rock.
We said something else for a second.
Come on, enough.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about that song.
No.
We're here to talk Christmas.
Yes, all things Christmas.
All things Christmassy. So, we've been talking about songs. Should we start with Christmas songs?
Why not? I know we did last year. We did a podcast specifically about Christmas music.
About Christmas music.
Again, it's not just a rehash of that.
Is it not?
One trick ponies. No. It's but you know, it's worth mentioning. Christmas is a big time, and music's a big part of it.
Yeah, and as usual, every year we play our favourite game of Christmas song bingo.
Yes, fantastic game. Yeah.
Although I am still missing one. I'm still missing.
What are you missing?
Jonah Lewis, Stop the Cavalry.
Are you really?
I still haven't
You still
heard
haven't
it
heard
this
it?
year. No, it's
And
what, the 17th of December.
We must add, when we
Still
say
not-
we haven't heard it, it's not that one of us has played it. That doesn't count. It's
No.
heard on the radio as it's broadcast.
Yeah, it's got to be broadcast somewhere in a shop, on the radio, in someone's car, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't. I really
No,
have.
that's the only one I've heard. With that one, I've got a full house.
I think I'm pretty much there. I mean, one of the favourites, which hopefully people will know from last year, is Bob Crosby.
Bob Crosby.
Don't worry, it's a bit of an inside joke. Bing Crosby.
And David Bowie.
Yes, we know that one very well. I've heard that a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I've heard that once or twice. The one this year, and as you know, I always hear the same Christmas song loads each
Yeah.
year, and hardly any of the others. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas
No.
Is You. My God,
No,
I'm
you
hearing that
s-
4 times a day.
Oh, you say that. I've heard it once on the radio, which was when one of the main BBC channels, I'm not sure which one of the main BBC radio channels, they first started wheeling out the Christmas regulars. That's the first time I heard that, the first and only time I've heard that this year.
You, my friend, are listening to the wrong radio stations.
Well, whatever I'm listening to, I'm sick and tired of the waitresses and Christmas rapping,
Oh, I like
which I know
that.
you like.
I like that one though. No, I like that.
But again, on the same vein with you and Mariah, I've heard it 4 times a day, every day,
But I like that because it was
for the last 3 months.
they were like a New York new wavy band, a bit like Blondie, a bit like Talking Heads, but just did a Christmas song.
But-
That's what I like. It's not a cheesy
No, I do
commercial.
agree. I agree with you completely on it, but my God, you 4 times a day, every day for the last 3 months, and that's enough. That is enough.
Enough already.
Too right.
I still only heard The Darkness a couple of times, which, as you know, is now my favourite Christmas song of all time, even though it's relatively new.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether it's new, I think, because, you know, new Christmas songs can still be classics.
Can they?
I think so.
Well, I think The Darkness proved that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a good track. It actually it holds up quite well, I think,
Yeah.
compared to a lot of the regulars.
I think this time next year, my friend, we should invest in writing our own Christmas song.
Oh, okay. Eel Mad-A Do Christmas.
Eel Mad-A Do Christmas Again.
Oh,
Another Eel Mad-A Christmas repeat.
who wouldn't want that? If you got time, leave in the comments whether you actually want that or not.
Do
You
you-
probably don't.
Yeah. Do you want us to do a Christmas song? Because
Just-
we actually think we could do better than some of the dross that's out there, don't we?
Don't get me wrong, we're not saying it's going to be a number one. It's not necessarily it's anything like that at all, but it's got to be better than some of them out there, surely.
I mean, if blooming X Factor and Britain's Got Talent people can do it, hey, Eel Mad-A
Yes.
got talent.
Absolutely. Just look, if you get a chance, just leave us a comment on the YouTube video. We're always grateful for any comments that are made.
Any
Good,
comments.
bad, indifferent. You can berate us all you like. It's all part of the fun for us. So
Yeah,
please
we'll
do.
take it on the chin.
But look, Christmas music, huge part of Christmas.
Oh,
But
definitely.
there's so much more to Christmas than that. As a kid,
Yeah.
One of the biggest things for me at Christmas, and I think most people of a certain generation will know this, is the flicking of the Argos or Index catalogue and circling what you want for Christmas.
Well, now it's the Smiths catalogue, Smiths Toys catalogue.
Yeah, true.
But
Although,
I know
let's be
what you're
honest,
saying.
it's mainly go to the digital section, the online games,
anything you can plug in.
Yeah, absolutely, that's what it is. But the big part of Christmas for me was the Index or Argos catalogue, rivals. You'd have a look in both. One normally £1 more expensive than one sort of something, you know.
Yeah, because you walk up the high street to go to the next shop and go, it was £1 cheaper. Where? Oh, I'll go all the way
I'll
back.
be honest, the amount of times as a kid that I trekked from one to the other, looked at one thing, then looked at the next thing and had to go back to the other again. And opposite ends of the high street, always.
Yeah, you've probably done yourself £1 worth of shoe leather there, or
Yeah.
trainer leather.
Trainer leather. Always opposite ends of the high street as well.
Always.
No matter what happens.
But that is also, my friend, very similar to the Christmas bumper issue of the TV Times, Radio Times, whichever one you preferred.
The fortnight edition.
Yeah, and that was circling that. All that's on. Oh, it's on at 1 o'clock in the morning. Set the VHS.
Get the VHS, was it VHS Plus number, whatever it was?
Video Plus.
Video Plus number.
The Video Plus number, because the Italian job's on at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No one will, again, people of this of a late generation.
Certain pedigree.
Yeah, only a certain pedigree will understand this, and the new generation wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about here.
There's none of this downloading on demand, box sets. Nah,
Put it
none
on
of that.
record.
Yeah.
The recording was a VHS.
You had to put in a 3-hour VHS, whack it in, and just let it ride.
Make sure
let
you
it
pick
go.
the right one from the video library cases. Don't overwrite your mum's Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't be working. Boxing Day, you'd be out of the house quick, wouldn't you, if you'd done that.
That's it, you're disowned.
But yeah, break off the tab so no one else can go
Yeah.
over it. Yeah. A block 3-hour record, or 4 hour, or 8 hour. if you
Long
had,
play.
Long play. Yeah.
Long play. Really bad quality with the tracking.
Walker and Wise. The two Ronnies. Yeah, of course.
Top of the Pops.
Top of the
Big
Pops.
Christmas,
Top of
every
the
Christmas
Pops.
day.
I
Just
know.
I don't know what time. What in your family tradition? What time was lunch for you? What time was your Christmas
Christmas
dinner,
lunch?
if you like?
I'd probably say about 2. So you get out of the way, ready for 3 o'clock with old Queenie, and then it's Christmas.
So
Top of the
just
Pops.
after. Well, I always remember again Top of the Pops being on about 1ish. Bizarrely.
Okay, either or, yeah.
Yeah, but I always remember that. But yeah, it was always around the sort of dinner time for me. Again, 2 Ronnies, Morecambe and Wise, wheel them out every single year.
You always had Peter Powell or Kid Jensen with some tinsel around their head.
Every time.
Welcome to Christmas Top of the Pops! All that sort of stuff.
So cheesy. I mean, you Christmas Top of the Pops. It's ironic you say this because the other night, a couple of nights ago, I was watching BBC 4, not on my regular viewing channel, I have to say, but I think there was nothing on. We were flicking through the channels.
ITV4 more like. for you.
ITV4, hugely. Everything ITV4, as we know, and I'm sure we'll come to later, and we'll go back to that again. But with regards to BBC 4, I was flicking through the channels the other night, and not much on, so I was having a browse through, and Top of the Pops was on. I watched a couple of Top of the Pops episodes from BBC 4 recently. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are restricted on what they can show out of the many years worth of Top of the Pop episodes.
I think there's certain presenters who are not around anymore. Who
there's
sort of edit out.
a Mr. Seville, as
Seville.
shall we say, Seville as we should say, Jimmy Seville, who subsequently most of their archives gone. But anyway, I watch a few episodes on BBC 4 every now and again, and flicked over the other night, and it was an hour and a half. Oh wow, okay, that's a long, but it wasn't a full episode of Days Gone in the truest sense. It was a compilation of various different Christmas performances, or performances around Christmas time that have been broadcast, over the years and made into a mashup that was broadcast a couple of years ago. And some of the usual favourites on there. Again, I know we've touched on music again, but this happened to be, I was on Mud.
Lonely This Christmas.
Lonely This Christmas, and what an epic performance.
Is it the one where he's singing into like the doll?
It was
the puppet thing?
the ventriloquist doll that was doing the deep notes of the song.
Yeah, well, obviously Les Gray, very famous for doing like an Elvis caricature voice, but yeah.
Who had no... Again, it was in the era on top of the... Oh, mate.
Sorry, I'm doing a backing track for you.
No, I like it. The era of Top of the Pops when everyone mimed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went through various different eras, Top of the Pops, but this was the one where everyone mimed.
Usually filmed in the summer.
Yes, you could see he wasn't even bothered by trying to sing his own parts. Yet he seemed more enthusiastic about using the ventriloquist dummy on the bass parts. That works more for him. Getting his head covered in the fake snow that was being chucked on their head by people on ladders behind them.
Yeah, very...
it was very CGI.
Very amateur, yeah. Let's put it that way.
It wasn't modern.
Although the Bob Bombs, they're not a million miles away from our mate Bing, are they? Hi, David. What do you think?
I could sit there and listen to those notes all day long. The classic Bing notes. I mean, Epic. But again, that was just happened to be on. I didn't intend on watching it all, to be honest, but I did. I found myself captivated by just how hilarious it is.
Cheesy.
And that's part of Christmas. It's watching cheesy, hilarious TV. And there's so much more to Christmas, though.
Yeah, I bet a certain Mr. G Glitter wasn't it anymore, was he?
No, Mr. G Glitter. I didn't notice him on the show. No, I think he's been banned from all performances.
He's left on the cutting room floor along with Mr. J Seville.
And Mr. R Harris wasn't on there either. Again, another member of a particular group who wasn't included on that one.
A group who we shall no longer speak of.
Yeah, but no. Again, it was a great watch. Actually, I didn't intend on watching it all, but again, that's part of Christmas. It's cheesy. I mean, don't get me wrong, Christmas now is different. Back in the day, Boxing Day sales, although always called Boxing Day sales, didn't start on Boxing Day. Boxing Day shops weren't open. No. Same as Christmas Day, Christmas Eve even. Nothing was open. Apart from your little convenience shop for a loaf of bread that you've inconveniently forgotten.
Yeah, and it was always the last loaf of bread, like a Happy Shopper 39p loaf of bread.
Yeah, or the garage if you really wanted to get your other half a fantastic Christmas gift of some charcoal briquettes.
24-hour garage on Christmas Eve.
Charcoal briquettes for Christmas,
How very,
everyone.
men behaving badly. Christmas special.
Again, another fantastic TV programme which we talk about all the time. But again, the Christmas special, that Jingle Balls, was it?
Jingle Balls, yeah.
Not one of the greatest episodes, I think.
No,
in the series,
it puts you in the spirit.
It does. It's a certain kind of episode that you can watch over Christmas quite happily. But I mean, speaking of other things that we watch at Christmas time, because I know we've touched on some of the Christmas things, but not a Christmas film or Christmas films in any way. Every year, Carry On.
Yeah, Carry On. Yeah.
Again, something we talk about it frequently, which I'm sure we'll talk about again in a different context. Carry On movies.
I know. I'm sure we've all come staggering in from the pub at about midnight and switched on the Carry On film, or on ITV 3 or 4 or something like that, and just slumbered away while sort of half watching it.
Yeah, the kind of films that for some reason is on at 1 a.m. They put a Carry On behind on or something. It's something irrelevant.
Yeah. Also, you always have the feature-length film of a popular sitcom, i.e. Likely Lads, Porridge movie,
yes,
all that type of thing.
There's
Porridge
so many.
Porridge movie was on the other day. You knew Christmas had started in my house because the Porridge movie was on.
Great film, have to add that. I do enjoy the film. I know it's had a context with the series. Again, I'm sure, many things we can touch on here. I know we've touched on Porridge, ironically we touched on in one of our first podcasts, I think. Brown sitcoms, as I think we aptly named it. We touched on it then, but you're absolutely right. For some there was an element of having to do a feature film from a
spin-off feature film.
A spin-off feature film from a British sitcom of some kind.
Classic sitcom, and it was always full of so many. Oh, it's him from what's it? Oh, look, he's in it. This
normally one or two different characters amongst the series regular.
Because Porridge film, you got was it Renee from Hello Hello driving a coach?
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely.
And
Gordon Kay,
Gordon Kay, yeah. And I do like Mackay's. We hope to get David Diddy Hamilton.
Is that the
very of its time?
The celebrity football match.
The celebrity football match. We hope to have a goodie.
They've got a weatherman,
It's just no one's ever heard of. Yeah.
That sums it up. That's that again. Yeah, brilliant. Always on at Christmas time. Those sort of things.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Christmas starts my house. The Porridge movie. Probably a first glimpse of Walker and Wise, the two Ronnies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although saying that, with UK Gold now, it's quite hard to because it's on all year round.
Hard to get away from.
Hard to get away from it. Yeah.
It doesn't. Again, it's one of those things that makes Christmas different. I wouldn't say less special, but certainly different from
the availability of so many repeats.
The era of when we were growing up. I mean, it used to be EastEnders. Okay, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a fan of them. Duffers definitely needed. I'm not a big fan, but let's be honest, one of the most iconic moments, which we all know about, is the divorce.
Yeah,
it's Den and Ange.
It's my divorce papers, Ange. That's a bit Michael Caine.
It's a Michael Caine does.
Michael Caine does, Leslie Grantham does Dirty Den, yeah.
But again,
I ran out of you, cheated Ange.
I mean, you think of that, what, 18, 19 million viewers that got on Christmas Day?
I think it still holds some sort of record for Christmas Day viewership.
I think so. I think outside of the Queen...
Look it up, people.
Outside of the Queen's message, which they always discount because it's broadcast on more than one channel.
Yep.
So I think you're right. I think it really does. And that's the sort of thing that was special. Now, it's Gavin and Stacey. It's 3 million watching Gavin and Stacey, which, mate... We both agree, we're not fans of.
We're not fans. Sorry if Gavin and Stacey are listening.
Mrs. Brown's Boys, again, not a fan. It's another thing that we allowed at Christmas for a special.
A TV program in any walk of life, if you used to do that bad Irish accent, she'd probably be lynched. But fine.
The 70s, no problem.
Yeah, to be sure.
Go on.
Go on.
It's
Father Ted.
Father Ted. Again, back in mid-90s when that was out, it was okay. Now, I suppose you could argue that wouldn't get made now. Because the way things have changed...
The racial stereotyping?
Yeah, I think things have moved. Even though in the 90s it was all very of its time, but I think things have changed so much over the last 25 years.
Oh dear.
25 years, roughly. I mean, again, I think 95 for Father Ted, something like that.
Yeah, something around that.
25 years. Where's that gone?
I know.
What would it be again without Christmas? Watching them walking around the lingerie department, so, all the different vicars. It was just all the fathers, you know.
Christmas, there's nothing like vicars walking around laundry department.
It's everything and more for this Christmas. Everything and more.
So I suppose we should also now move on to movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, we've touched on some of the sitcom bred movies, but there's so much more. Proper Christmas films.
Scrooge, Bill Murray.
Great Christmas film.
Santa Claus the movie, Dudley Moore as an elf.
Not
a favourite of mine.
It's a tough watch. It gets counted, no problem at all.
Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. You got Richard Attenborough as Father Christmas.
It's not one that I really watch, but again, I do appreciate it what it is, and I think actually a traditional Christmas film, that is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, and then you got the old classics like The Bishop's Wife, It's a Wonderful Life. But then Scrooge, the 50.
Yes.
Not Scrooged.
No, not Scrooge.
The 50
Scrooge,
different versions. Alistair Sim and
Alistair
Jim Carrey.
Alistair Sim one is actually the one that I always think of when I think of Scrooge.
Yeah.
The
I
actual
quite like
Scrooge
the
itself.
CGI one with Jim Carrey and Gary Oldman.
See, I've not actually seen that, I have to admit.
That's not bad. It's all right.
Yeah.
It was an hour and a half.
But there's other Christmas films. Again, I mean, you speak of Scrooge and the story of story of Christmas in that respect. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Well, of course.
Featuring the
legendary
Sir Morris.
Sir Morris playing it totally straight, which is what he was told to do. Play it straight, you'll be funny.
And it was. And he is. Yeah. He is funny. It is a funny film. I'm not a fan of the Muppets generally. It's not really my thing.
No.
But that film just somehow works. It's a cracker.
Of course, I suppose the bone of contention is our favourite Christmas film is, of course...
Yeah, but we must... disclaimer.
Yeah.
And this may come across as sexist. I'm not intending it to, but I think most guys would agree with this.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. The best Christmas film ever.
Absolutely.
However, the bone of contention is, it's not a Christmas film. Well, it is. I'm sorry.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. He goes to an office party.
Office Christmas party. He's flown in for Christmas to see his wife.
Yeah. There's plenty of Christmas trees, decorations around. He phones his housekeeper to make sure his kids are all right going to bed on Christmas Eve. They're not too excited.
Ho, ho, ho. Written on a jumper.
Machine gun.
Yeah.
Christmas hats. Yeah. Christmas Miracle when Hans Gruber opens the vault, the safe at the end.
Yes.
Christmas, it's a time for miracles.
And nothing says Christmas like Hans Gruber falling off Nakatomi Plaza.
Exactly.
It's just part of Christmas.
It's a man trying to get home, see his wife and kids at Christmas.
As is.
It just happens as terrorists in a way.
But as is Die Hard 2. Again, the sequel Christmas film.
Pack 'em, sack 'em and rack 'em.
Yeah, again, Christmas Eve, give or take. I think it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
it's certainly around Christmas time. Trees up. Again, he is waiting for his wife to fly in for Christmas.
Yeah. And his famous line, how can the same beep happen to the same guy twice?
Yeah. Oh, at Christmas.
At Christmas.
At Christmas.
At Christmas. I quite like that. We should use that.
Snip that bit. Don't use it. We're using
no,
it.
That's ours.
That's ours. Copyright.
Hands off. At Christmas. Okay.
Yeah. Next year. Look out, everyone. Look out. But no, absolutely. Great Christmas film. You know, I genuinely think that 1 and 2 were Die Hard 1 and 2 fantastic Christmas films. Other Christmas films, I don't know about you. Have you got any particular Christmas traditions? Because for me, one of my Christmas traditions,
get drunk.
Obviously, yeah, but it's actually to watch Home Alone, which I know, everyone's got their own thing about it. It's not the best movie ever made. Home Alone 1 and 2, both of them, the originals, the proper Home Alone movies.
Yeah, two's a bit
not
ropey.
the biggest. Well, the only thing I know about number 2 is it features the woman from Casualty. As playing the bird
pigeon
woman.
Yeah, bird getting shat on by a load of pigeons.
I remember her from Casualty back in the early 80s.
Brenda Fricker, is it?
Something
Fricker.
like that.
I said Fricker. Yeah.
Fricker.
Yeah.
Something like that, but every time I see her, I just think she's the nurse from Casualty.
But again, it's that thing of Home Alone, it's always on film 4 all the time.
And I think that, again, that is to its detriment. I think it's one of those traditions that me and my son, we watch it every year. We watch 1 and 2 as a double bill, smash through it.
Yeah.
It's just something we do. But you're absolutely right. It's on so much now that technically speaking, it's kind of watered down Christmas film.
It's lost its sort of Yeah.
But that's just one of those traditions that we have. You know, every year we do the same.
No,
Maybe not this year because of it's a funny old year. But it's one of those things. But how about yourself? Have you got any traditions that you tend to do?
Not in that sense. You know, eat, drink, and be merry, which I think everyone does.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I do try and squeeze Die Hard.
Yeah.
In where I can.
You squeeze who in? Squeeze Die Hard. Yes.
You know, the Welsh bloke down the road. Die Hard.
Lovely guy. Lovely guy. Dirty vest.
Yeah. So. You like Die? Come around for a squeeze.
I will always try and watch that if I can. It's just one of those films that some people always have a certain Christmas film they'll stick on, but yeah, absolutely, Die Hard is just the one.
Well, you know, we hoped that we've given you a few suggestions there for some things to watch or do or listen to, and
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I suppose all it leaves is for us to say
Merry Christmas, really. Merry Christmas. Have a great New Year. Hopefully next year will be better than this year.
better this year.
You know, fingers crossed. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and healthy.
Yeah.
And look out for Eel Mad-A's amazing Christmas song next year. I think it's a goer.
Probably to be released in about 11, 12 months' time.
Yeah, watch out. I don't know where it's going to be broadcast. We might stick on YouTube. It might get released on some sites. We'll work something through. There'll be plenty more podcasts coming in the new year, actually. We've got lots more to talk about.
Lots more material for us to talk rubbish about.
It's been a bit shy this year because of, obviously, the ongoing pandemic, so there hasn't been as many recordings as we'd like, but there's definitely more coming up. Actually, should we just give a snippet of some of the stuff we've got coming up, some of the ideas we've got going on for them?
We've got our tribute to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yes. PHAT Cage. Fat Cage, basically.
Oh,
Fat Cage. Yes.
Fat Cage is in there.
It'll all get explained, don't
I prefer
worry.
to call him straight to DVD Cage.
Oh, okay. We'll explain more in that particular podcast. We've got Bond.
Bond, yeah.
We will touch on Bond. It's originally a Bond podcast was coming earlier in the year. Due to the pandemic, the Bond film itself got delayed. There will be something about that. We're huge Bond fans, so there's going to be a Bond stroke Roger Moore double header thing going on, I think, because ITC ties in with that as well, which we're going to talk about.
ITC, the canon, ITC canon.
Alan Partridge, we're big Partridge fans. There's definitely going to be a Partridge podcast coming at some point soon.
Yeah, so there's just a few things to look out for next year when hopefully things get back to normal and we can start recording a bit more.
Yeah, make sure you leave us comments. Like I say, we're always happy to read. Follow us on Twitter as well. We're over on there.
At Eel Mad.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, follow us, leave us comments. We'll try and reply to as many people as we can. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! Did you like that?
I like that.